What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. First off, if you're new to us, go over here, hit that subscribe button, become a part of the family. If you like the video, make sure you leave a like and let me know down in the comments how you like the video, guys. Okay, so first off, I want to say I have played World of Warcraft for a long time, off and on over the years and whatnot, and I don't know, sometimes I go back to it and sometimes, I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. I don't know about you guys, but I'm obviously a huge fan because I have this guy here. He was very expensive, but I just happened to get him half off. And I'll kind of zoom in here and show you him. It's a nice figure I got. He's huge because I'm big, and then he's got like a removable axe here. But anyways, I think he was almost $100 originally, but I got him half off. And I still got the box and everything for him. He just kind of sits at my house. He's pretty cool. But anyways, so yeah, there's him. And I really do like the action figures and stuff. And this guy is so good and detailed. But I managed to get him half off because one of the stores at a local mall, in Springfield, it's about almost a couple hours away from me. They were going out of business. So they had a half off sale of everything in the store, and I managed to grab this guy before anybody else could. So I got him for like 45 bucks. He's definitely a good deal. And then I got these guys. Now this was the first one back in the day. This is Vanilla WoW, okay? I started playing this when I was, I'm 28 now, so I believe I was like 16 or 17. And back then, I didn't even have that good of a PC, okay? I just had a single core freaking whatever. I think it was like an E machine. Like I had one decent core and that was it back in the day. But it was enough to play. And I mean, I did everything in this game. I did PvP, PvE, dungeons, raids, all kinds of stuff. I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. So I actually started, I started at the end of Burning Crusade. So I didn't actually start in vanilla, but back in the day, you had to the easiest way was to go get one of these. And they were pretty cool back in the day. This is how you would, before internet was as big as it is now, this is one of the ways you had to get into the game because it had all the data on the disc. So that way you didn't have to spend hours downloading all the new stuff. If you just went and got the newest expansion, most of the stuff was on there already. So you didn't really have very many updates to download. And I'll kind of show you. This is the kind of stuff you'd get back in the day. This nice book that opens here. I really liked it a lot. I miss stuff like this. I mean, they still have stuff, but like everything is so digital these days. Here's what the back looks like back in the day. I mean, you can still buy these, but like everything is just so digital. I'll show you what's inside. Because back in the day, this was a way. There was little bonus stuff in here for inviting your friends and whatnot, even a manual. Then you open this up here, and this is what it used to come with. This big giant manual. Look how thick that sucker was. That was the original back in the day. That was the manual it came with back in the day. The original vanilla manual book. And then of course there's here. This was a catalog you could get, and there's just all kinds of stuff in here for buying stuff from their catalog. It was pretty cool. That's the Lich King there. He's like the third expansion. One of my favorite expansions. One I played a lot of. I still have a Death Knight to this day. But yeah, there was just all kinds of cool stuff in here you could get. Like it showed off Diablo, and this is kind of a way you had to get a lot of information back in the days. Back in the day before internet was as big as it was now. And then they also used to have these passes back then. And then you get passes in here, and that's a guest pass. And then it would have the code on there. And then you could have a friend come play. And you would get rewards for it too. Here's the original disc. The original vanilla disc back in the day. That was how you had to, that was what you had to install. Or you could download it, but it would take a lot longer because the internet was not as good as it was these days. I don't have the Burning Crusade one because back then I think internet was getting decently well by the time Burning Crusade came out, so I think I just downloaded it. I don't have Burning Crusade and the Lich King were my two favorite, I think. I liked all the other ones a lot, but including this one. This is the Cataclysm expansion. I was definitely psyched for that. There's a lot of cool stuff in it. A lot of cool trials and dungeons and stuff. The PvP, I don't know, it's kind of like it's still good, but man, PvP, I can't, it doesn't feel the same as back in the Lich King days or the Burning Crusade. Man, I would PvP every single day. I had all my different armor sets and stuff. I really like the new Transmog system. Here's what the inside of that looked like. I do really like the Transmog system and stuff on the new stuff they got going on. But the only thing I don't like about the Transmog system is if you have a legendary, you can't transmog it, right? So it has to be a purple. It has to be a purple in order for you to transmog it. And yeah, so I only had a few purple ones like the Illidan's bow and some of that, but his legendary stuff you couldn't equip, like the glades and stuff. You couldn't equip those because they were orange. You couldn't have it as a transmog, which is kind of stupid to me. I don't know, because it just seemed like, you know, the main stuff you would want to transmog would be the legendary stuff. I mean, why not? You worked to get that freaking legendary. Why not be able to transmog it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't played in about 7 months, so I can't say. I don't know if they have that updated or whatnot, but I don't know why they would. Let me know down in the comments if it's still the same on the transmog stuff. But yeah, guys. So I went back and I played the expansion before this one. And I played it off and on the expansions as it came out over the years. You know, and I'll get into like the heroic dungeons and all the hard stuff, and I like going to the raids. I really like going back and soloing all the raids. That used to take like, you know, 30 people or more to beat. And I could just go back and do it all by myself and get all the gear and stuff and transmog it, right? Except for the legendary stuff. But anyways, yeah, I really like doing that kind of stuff, but it brings back a lot of memories because I really like raiding. But I don't know, there's just something about the new stuff, it just doesn't keep me hooked. Honestly, the only MMO I would probably play these days is Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14, I would say right now has way more hype than World of Warcraft. Like if you like Final Fantasy or you like RPGs in general, I would definitely say go play Final Fantasy 14 because these kind of games take so much time to play, and you put so much time of your life into them to try to get all the good stuff and whatnot. And Final Fantasy 14 is going nowhere but up, guys. Nowhere but up. I recently bought all the expansions and stuff for the new one. I got the Stormblood and all that, and I'm currently in the. I think I'm in the not Stormblood. Yeah, Stormblood. I'm in Stormblood right now. It's really cool. So I'm playing through as my samurai. There's all kinds of raids and stuff in that, and really cool content. And the graphics are beautiful, way better than WoW's. But I mean, it's sometimes some of the armor sets in Final Fantasy 14, they're a little bit pixelated. Like if you start off from the beginning, but once you get on through the expansions, because you got to remember, guys, Final Fantasy 14 has been out for a lot of years too. So when they first came out, a lot of the armor and stuff they made, it wasn't ready for 4K and all that. You know what I mean? I mean, nowadays, I can do my current rig, I can do 4K, 100 frames, whatever, no problem. Especially with World of Warcraft, because that could be ran on a potato. But Yeah, and I run Final Fantasy 14 on max, everything 4K. It's beautiful, beautiful. And I put probably almost 200 hours into that game. And World of Warcraft, I put way more than that. I've probably put over 1,000 hours or so into World of Warcraft. I mean, there's no way to tell, and I think I can look at my Battle.net account, but I'm not saying all the hours I put into World of Warcraft were wasted, because I still really do like the game. I like a lot of, everything it has going for it, and there's the nostalgia factor, but it's just, I don't know, guys. It can't hook me. I don't know what it is. It's just not the same. And I know they came out with like the vanilla servers, but you gotta remember, I started playing right after that. Like, I still played some of the vanilla. I remember like your old zones and stuff. I still played. I think I got into it right whenever this Burning Crusade came out. I think I started about there, maybe a little bit after it came out. It'd been out for a little bit. So, but I still seen all the vanilla stuff, because back then everything was still vanilla. You know what I mean? You still, everywhere you walked around, all the zones and stuff were still old school. They didn't have none of the new wipes or redoings or anything like that. So I did get to see all that, and it was good. I did like it all. I like the difficulty, and even back then there were still guides and stuff, or things you could download, like mods, to make it a little bit easier to kind of point you in the right direction, because a lot of the quests and stuff back then, like you had to read it really good, you know what I mean, to find out where to go, because it wasn't as easy today where it just puts an arrow. I don't know, because like I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I like the hardness and difficulty of games, but at the same time I kind of like being led in a general direction, so that way, like, if I've just got off work or I can't focus or something, I'm still kind of in the game. I kind of like, I know where to go. I don't have to be like, oh, I missed this, so I have to run all the way back. I can still get to the game just as much. So I mean, if people just like that harder difficulty of the old days, they have the vanilla WoWs now, or the vanilla servers. I haven't actually played on any of those, so I don't know if they're good or not. I haven't looked up any reviews or anything. I'm not sure how that all went down, but if you guys are vanilla players on the new servers, let me know down in the comments. Do you guys like it? Is it getting boring? Is it just like the old days? I don't know. Because I came around right at the end of it, so I got to play a little bit. I still remember all the old zones. I ran through them all. I still remember them. I remember getting PK'd when I would go over to the Horde side and all that, and freaking get a bunch of people together, and then we'd go raid them and kill all their people in their towns and stuff. That was a lot of fun. But there's still that, these days, but it's just different. I don't know. Like, you could still go over and attack all the Horde stuff, and I don't know. It's still fun. I still like it a lot. It's just not the same WoW that it used to be. There's just something that changes over the years. Like, they do one good thing right, and then they do something wrong. One good thing right, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm just bored of it just because I've played it for so many years. Maybe it's lost that, that new game appeal. Because I started, like I said, I'm 28 now, so that was 10 years ago or so I started playing it. So I've been playing it off and on for 10 years. Like, I barely played any last year, but I don't know. It's a very old game. They've done a pretty good job of keeping it around, but I don't know. If I have any time right now and I feel like playing an MMO, I definitely play Final Fantasy 14. And I also like to play, I like Digimon. I've always liked Digimon, so I kind of play Digimon Masters. It's a pretty good Digimon game, but that game, I don't know. It's just something I play like when I'm with my brother or something, because I grew up and we used to play all those kinds of games together. So when he comes over, I'll usually like just zone out on that game. But it's called Digimon Masters. It's another good RPG, another good MMO, but I don't know. It's kind of pay to play a little bit, and I'm like a level, like they just raised the cap to 120 and whatnot, and I have the review of Digimon World 3, one of my favorite Digimon games ever made, even better than Masters. Digimon World 3, 2003 for PlayStation 1. You can get the 2003 because it's only in Europe, was where it came out. I have the review down on my channel. I can't make a link to it yet. I guess I can leave a link in the comments, but I can't put like a recommended until I become a YouTube partner. But yeah, guys, go check it out. It's on my channel. It's a review of Digimon World 2003. One of my favorite games ever made. Probably beat it 10 times or so. And that's a full-fledged RPG. I put over 100 of hours into that, just in a single play. and still have more stuff to do. But yeah, guys, World of Warcraft, I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it eventually. Just right now, I'm kind of busy with work because I work construction full time, and then I run my 2 channels. So I'm trying to keep content on both of them. But what do you guys think? Do you guys like World of Warcraft right now? Is it still the same? Does it still hook you? I used to really like the PvP of like just all the different armor sets, and you had to go to Stormwind back then, and there was like a PvP vendor off wherever, like near the castle, and they had all the different armor sets for like each individual class. I think that was about this time. I think it was about Cataclysm time or so. No, it was before that, because it was Ratchet the Lich King. And I remember going up to that what was that place up in Frostmourne? It's like the Champions of Trials or whatever. Yeah, that place is pretty cool. I remember going up there with my DK and doing all the Lich King stuff. And man, I've tried so many times to get that stupid mount he has, the Lich King mount. That's another thing, the mounts and stuff. There's so many mounts. I have like, well, I made account, I have probably, I don't know, a couple hundred that I've got over the years. Some really rare ones and some secret ones. Like there was one they did where it was like a thing where you had to find all the secrets and stuff and travel all around. It's like a fire horse, a purple one that's really rare. Like you can't get it anywhere else. You have to go to this one spot in this city, and you have to find like a hidden note, and then you have to read the note. It's got a clue on it, and you have to find the other note hidden somewhere in the whole entire world where the other note is. And then when you get to that note, you got to find another clue, and it'll take you to this another place and another place and another place. There's this huge freaking like maze you have to go through, okay? And you could get lost because like it's just randomness. Every time you go through a place, it changes. So you have to find your way all the way through this confusing maze, and then you get to the end of it, and then there's another note, and then I don't remember. I think just once you, I don't remember how you get the horse. I think it's once you complete the quest. But yeah, that kind of stuff is awesome. I really like that. And I'm sure there's all kinds of new stuff, and I'm not saying it's wasted, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you guys think all the time you've put into this game has been worth it? Do you still play it every single day? I remember I would get off freaking school and come home, and back then I played Halo 3 too. I played Halo 3 a lot too, but then I played this game a lot too. They were 2 of my favorite games when I was going to high school. Then I would come home, freaking game on this all night, play freaking, do all the raids and stuff. I think one of my favorites was just raiding, just getting together with a bunch of people, and I've did all the different kinds of raiding over the years. I've done, even back in the day, whenever like there was no way to just, like you had to have a whole entire group of people together. You know what I mean? There was no way. Nowadays there's like raids you can just automatically join, like the easier raids, and you could. It's a lot easier to recruit raids, like, you know what I mean. And you can even put stuff down in like the text box and all that. I think that was the old way, like you can do it. But nowadays it's a lot easier to get around, and I definitely like it. Because back in the day, pretty sure, like in order to just port somewhere, you had to have like what was it? One of the classes had like a special portal skill, and they had to put down the portal. Like you had to pay them. You had to have one of your friends or something. You'd be like, hey, port me somewhere. Like you had to pay that person to make a portal. You know what I mean? Nowadays you can go in portals all over the place, which I really like. I don't know. I just think it's kind of annoying, and it kind of slows down the game when you have to sit there and find somebody of the class, of a certain class, just to teleport somewhere. That's stupid. I don't know. If you guys are that hardcore and you like that kind of stuff, I don't know. I'm not that hardcore. I would never be that hardcore. Like, I am so much for just being like, oh, hey, I gotta go here. Teleport. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I gotta go here. Because when you have to travel all over this huge freaking world, you still have to remember where these places are. Like if you want to go to a certain place, you can't just be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go travel all the way here. No, you still have to know where the portal's at. You have to know where on the world it's gonna come out. You have to remember what the name of the place is, all that. So it's not that easy. Like you still have to go and look up, like, oh, where's this portal? Oh, how do I get here the fastest? Because even though there's all these portals and stuff, it's still freaking confusing, and you still have to remember what each one is. You know what I'm saying? Because as they come out more and more and more content, it's just like there's so many different portals. So when you go in a portal, you better make sure, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't just go back in that portal. Like once you go through the portal, you're in that place, and you can't just go back through it because there's not a portal there in that place. Like if you go to Stormwind, there's not just a portal back to the place where you just teleported from. You know what I'm saying? Even though Stormwind's a simple place to remember, but that's just an idea. So it's still got its difficulty, and I don't know. I like it. I still like it a lot. I still give World of Warcraft in its current state, up to I played it about 7 months ago, I would say it's still like an 8 out of 10. It's not bad. It's still good. And they still have, you know, a lot of players, and they're doing a good job of keeping the game going. We'll see. But I don't know if I'll go back to it right now. What do you guys think? Right now I'm definitely into Final Fantasy 14 the most. Especially if you like Final Fantasy, you guys gotta play that game. There's all kinds of mounts, like sweet freaking, I got dragon mounts, behemoth mounts, all kinds of mounts, and there's all kinds of content. The story is freaking amazing. Like, there's like, each expansion is basically like if you don't skip through the story quests, which are your main quest chain, if you don't skip through that, each expansion is basically like a full RPG. You know what I'm saying? It's like 90 hours long. No joke, to get through the story. And there's all these rewards and stuff you get too. So if you stick to the main story, because you can't go to another expansion until you beat the previous expansion story. So you can't just skip ahead. Like they have a thing now where you can buy skips in their store, which if you're brand new and you just want to start in the latest expansion, which is stupid to me, but I mean, if it gets you into Final Fantasy 14, go for it. But it's just like they have it in the store, and it'll say you completed all the previous quests for the story. But yeah, each one, and they actually continue on through them. So if you skip later, what's the point in skipping it? Like, I understand. I understand you don't want to have to go through all that, but that's just part of the game. You know what I mean? Like you have to grind through it to appreciate everything that they have done. So just like World of Warcraft, you know what I mean? I mean, their story is a little bit different. It kind of changes each time, and it's a way different, you know, story and background and stuff. But you still kind of gotta want to know the basis of, you know, the orcs, the alliance, the horde. You know what I mean? You want to kind of have like a background story of them. It just gets you into the game more. You know what I mean? When you know all like the background stories and stuff, it makes you that much more, you know, engrossed in it. And another thing I think Blizzard did a good job on was the movie. I got the movie, and I've been saying forever that Blizzard should do like movies, and then they finally did it. And I was so excited, and they did a good job. It wasn't that bad. I forgot the name of it, but you guys will know. You can look it up. They did a actual World of Warcraft movie, and there might be another one coming out. Because I did a review of the Diablo 4 that's coming out, and it's like a 10-minute trailer, and it looks so good, guys. The CGI is up there with freaking Square Enix. They're two of the best CGI makers in the business, for sure. I definitely love them. I don't know. Hopefully they don't let me down with Diablo 4, because I played Diablo 3 a lot, and my response is down on my channel. You guys can go over there and watch it if you like my content. But I think that's about all I'm gonna say today, guys. I just kind of wanted to go over all this stuff and just kind of just let you know my past on it. And what do you guys think? Do you think the game is still worth playing? Do you guys like it, or you just put off by all the changes? Some of you are so old school and whatnot, but I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, guys. And if you like the content, make sure you subscribe over here. Hit that subscribe button. I got all kinds of plans and stuff figured out, and stuff I want to bring to the channel. I just wanted to get this out there for you guys. I appreciate every one of you. And if you hit the subscribe button, welcome to the family. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night.
Yeah.